Good morning. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals. Welcome to 'Tis the Season. Welcome to my version of a December daily because I think I will be working on this baby for the month of December. Mrs. Cratchit's Holiday Household book. I have so many little tasks. I have a feeling that this lap book slash journal is probably going to end up having a whole bunch of short little videos as I do little tasks here and there rather than my usual, 30 minutes of my day kind of thing. And for right now, hold on, I'm dropping things on the floor. There we go. For right now, I actually have decided, I started thinking out my plan and making a map of my plans. And I do want to cover the inside spine. So I'm going to use some more of this fabric that we've used for the corners for a little continuity and because it's just absolutely perfect. So hold on, I'm just trimming these off so they don't get in my way. I think I'm going to need to go press this. I think I'm going to give it a little bit of a just to tidy it up for me so I can see where I want to rip and tear. Because I think the part I want is right down the center of this little scrap. You can tell it was something for somebody that was on an angle. Suggests to me that a pattern, there was pattern paper on it and they were cutting around the edges of things. So I think, who knows, it was in with, bags of fabric scraps that you get at thrift stores. And it's just absolutely perfect. I like this center pattern right here. And if this is going to show, if this is going to be showing as the center of the spine, I like that. So I have a feeling that's what I'm going to do. Now, I think I'll bring that down a bit to there and to there. Let me stand up and see. All right, and I don't mind some of it sticking out at the bottom frayed, so I'm going to give myself a bit more space at first. Maybe to there. All right, and then I'll go press it. So if that's going to stick out there, and then I want a little bit to stick out up there, I'll trim it to here. Oh, that's all right. And that still leaves me lots and lots of still more little scraps and pieces to play with if I choose. I think I'm going to be reinforcing some more spines. So this could be like an old skirt of hers that she used and used and used and used, which is what they did. And then it finally just got dedicated to her household book. All right, I'm going to go press this, so I'll be back in the jiffiest of jiffies. Okay, all pressed. Now here comes some tedious, unexciting things. I am going to fray the ends here because I anticipate that I am going to want them sticking out a little bit at the top and bottom. I really want this book to look like it's been mended and remended and mended yet again. So we will, you know what? Tweezers make this job easier. Hopefully it'll go quickly. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world to watch when you turn on a work along with me video, but it's work nonetheless when you're making a journal that you want to look old. Let's just pull those out so I can see these ends better. Oh, come on, don't tell me you're doing that. Sometimes pulling them from the center with a pin works better. Like that. Let's see if that's the case in this case. Come on. There we go. Less distance to pull them from. Maybe I'll turn it this way and I can see. Yeah, there we go. That's better too. Boy, not just a pretty face, huh? There's a brain somewhere in there. So I will do this side with you, and then I will pause and I'll do the other end. I hope you're all having a good day or evening or whatever time it is. Oh boy, I've got threads everywhere. Wherever you are, maybe you've been to work all day and you come home and relax and put on all your favorite channels. See what the rest of us in the crafty world have been up to. Or maybe it's your thing first thing in the morning. You don't have anything on your to-do list till later, so you get a little extra time to leave your jammies on and make a cup of coffee or pot of tea and again, turn on some of your favorite channels and enjoy what they're making for Christmas on their channels, or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or solstice or whatever perhaps they are celebrating. Maybe they don't celebrate anything and they're just working on something really cool. That's good too, right? Lots of good ideas from that. I mean, I pull a lot of my I keep wanting to call it a laptop book. Lap book. I pull a lot of my inspiration from, of course, Nick the Booksmith and her lap books that she has made. She's just full of inspiration, and especially for lap books. I'll put her link down below in case someone's new here, or maybe you just, I can't imagine that you've been on the junk journal side of YouTube and not seen Nick the Booksmith yet. She is one of the reigning queens of artisan journal making on YouTube. Oh yeah, that's what I want. Okay, I'm just going to keep going for a few minutes, so bear with me. Warned you. There was fair warning. This is boring. No, we won't be watching paint dry, but we will be watching Catherine fray the edge of a piece of fabric. There we go. Let's see. Might be as far as I want to be. All right, let me stand up and see. so if I want you to here, I'm going to marry up the end of the fray line with where the edge of the end papers is going to be. I think that's pretty good. I think I like that. Of course, it's going to be the other way around. All right, so I am going to pause, and I'm going to make this end look like that end. So hold on. Okay, so I've got both ends frayed. Now I need to decide how wide I'm going to make it. I've already drawn the line. Let me lift so you can see down my center, that you can see my ink mark there. So I can find the center of this pattern there. I don't need it to come over too far. It really doesn't, all I'm doing is wasting glue. I probably need it to come here and here. And that will probably do the trick. So I think what I'll do is I'll match up that pattern, but then I'm going to flip it up so that I can see where I want to do some pen marks, because I'm just going to draw on it where I want it to go over approximately. Not urgent that they be. Yeah, maybe I'll move you out a little bit more. Second one. And I'm just going to draw a line and then cut it with scissors. I don't need to tear it. Don't want to tear it anymore. Too much tearing and you can start stretching the fibers in wonky ways. And I still haven't changed the wheel on my... Maybe I should go do that. Maybe I should go... Where are my wheels? I know I've got more because they were really expensive, and I remember the shock to my system. I'm just over here. No, that's not it. Well, maybe that will be my deciding factor, whether I can find the wheels, the new blades. Nope, I don't see you there. Are you in there? No, you're not there. Oh, jeepers. All right, well, decision made. So I am using a ruler. That's okay. I can see there's the center. Maybe that will help me. I'm going to hold it up to the window. And there's the center. Okay, that will help me. All right, so if I can marry up this line with this line, and we'll see how uneven they are. Then I can marry up that line, so it's just underneath those first polka dots. There, there, just underneath, and just underneath. All right, let's just do it. Let's invoke our inner booksmith and do it. Hopefully, if I mess it up, I have just enough left to try again. And I want it outside here. Boy, that seems a little crooked. See what I mean? Too much ripping and on such a small piece, and you can make it go askew. That will do, because I will have some fussy room when I glue it into the spine. There. That will do. I wish I knew where my wheels were. I wonder if I put them in my sewing basket. Let's put this away for now, because you're no help. Honestly, I bought a whole package of wheels so that I wouldn't run into this problem. And I bought them at a store that I probably should not have bought them at, because it's a unique little shop, tiny little boutique type shop. And so everything is more expensive there, and that if I had just, gone home and good old Amazon ordered some. No, I just thought, oh, I'm here, I'm going to buy them. Ooh, and then she did that will be, and I forget how much, but I remember I sort of, it was a little shock to the system. And I'll find them after I turn this off. All right, so that's still usable in the junk journal world. Let's pull this apart, because we like our little phrase that we worked so hard on. It's still snowing outside. They told us it was going to warm up and rain today, and it is still snowing, which is strange for us for early December. Didn't used to be. When I was a child, we had very snowy Decembers. Very Thomas Kincaid-like Decembers for where I live. And I only live about 45 minutes away from where I was born. I've moved out of town. I guess depending on whether it's rush hour or not, it could be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half to get to where I used to live. So that needs to go there. That's there. Let me see the other end. This is the top. That's good. Maybe I just want a little bit more out. Tiny little bit more. Come on, let go. And then I'm going to be using 3-in-1 because I'm going to be gluing fabric to fabric. And here's where you might say, well, Catherine, you went to all that trouble the other day to seal over your hand stitching. Yes, I did. But I didn't know what my plans were then, and I wanted to plan for anything. So I have no regrets about that. It was a tiny little bit of glue. It took me all of 5 minutes. And that's okay with me. So I'm going to get this part down right now, and then I'm going to flip it around. wonder if I'm in. Am I in? Just barely. Oh. Pat this down and get it in those hinges. That's going to look pretty. I wonder if it's upside down. Well, hopefully it's one of those patterns that it doesn't matter, right? I think that looks pretty. All right, so now I'm going to turn it around and then just slowly lay it down. Glue it into place. I want lots in those gutters. See what I mean? If I knew from the beginning that this was what I wanted to do, there would have been no need to do that little bit that I did the other day, gluing down my hand stitching. All right, let's pat you down and see. I can see through, there's light coming from my window, and I can see that I've got my pattern where I want it. So that's okay. And then my end papers are going to cover up this. So that'll be pretty. Just want to give those creases a good crease because it's still going to be bending. Those are still our hinges. Sorry if that camera is wobbling. All right, let's do a bit more. I've been watching all my Hallmark movies. Can't help it. I'm a sucker for them, even though I know how they're going to work out. Good. We are doing great. See? Nah, that's still nice and floppy. That's what I want. I want it floppy. There's those. I don't mind that at all. This little bit sticking out there. That's fine by me. And then let's pretend that we're going to put some end papers down. This isn't going to be it, but imagine that if it was. It's very pretty. Make nice end papers. Then I would bring the end papers out to about here. And that's what it would look like. And I think that's going to be really nice. What's the other? I had picked out some other end paper. Oh, there they are. Found them. Found them. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. Studio calisthenics. So imagine, let me stand up. So imagine there is 1, And there is another. Then our little cloth in there will look like that. And so we got the pattern just right. It looks very Christmassy. And I'm a happy girl. All right, so not a lot accomplished, but I'm going to bring you along wherever I can, here and there. That is sturdy now. This book, that's not going anywhere. She'll be around for another 100 years. All right, I'm going to go oh, golly, this camera is bouncing around. There. Have a great rest of your day. And who knows, I might have another one up today or tomorrow, or if I do little bits and pieces here and there, I'll turn on the camera. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye.